Hi, in this video we'll see how to automatically authenticate using Azure SAML. Let's get to it. By default, the FSE console will try to authenticate local users. However, we can work with OpenID Connect and SAML. We're going to configure the application within Microsoft Azure to use SAML with Azure. In Azure, we need to add a new enterprise application. We search for Banyan, and Banyan Security Administrator console appears. We create it without changing the name, leaving it as default. Once it is added, let's assign users or groups. In this case, it's a non-corporate Azure account, so it only lets me select users, and I only have one. So we select the user, then choose them and assign the user to the application. The next thing we need to set up here is single sign-on for this user using SAML. And here are the steps we need to follow. We edit the basic SAML configuration, and we need to add an identifier and the response URL, which is in the documentation, HTTPS, and this is the company name sonicspain.net, well, sonicspain.net.portal. Script uk@banyanops.com/v2/callback. And we're going to copy this because it's exactly the same that we'll use in the second part. That's it. Now save the configuration. The next thing we do is edit the attributes that it will use or that it will provide to the system. We don't need any of the ones here, or I don't need any of the ones here because I won't work with this information. So I'm going to add my own, which will be email address, and the attribute source is user.mail. We save and create another one that we'll call name, and the attribute source in this case is the user display name. And we save this second attribute, return to the session start. And here we have the certificate. We'll download it in base 64, since the CSE console will ask us to copy it. So we'll just download it. And then we'll use it on this side of the configuration. Everything is done. I insist because it is only in my user account that we're going to use. In the CSE console part, we go to configurations, identity access, and here we start. We select SAML, identity provider name, choose other, not one of the predefined ones, give it a name, and here we will copy the login URL. The one from the Azure part with and here we put it in the IDP single sign-on URL. Entity user. Copy and paste. And now we're going to open the certificate. Let's open it in. Here it is in the folder. You can see it here. And we're going to open it with Notepad++, for example. You can't see it here. It's opened in another window. All I'm going to do is copy and paste the certificate and indicate the username and email attributes. Username is name and email address for the email attribute. I don't have group attributes. We're going to put anything here because the system needs it. It is a mandatory field. And we copy it here in redirect, URL 2. If we scroll down, we have the configuration for device registration, and it's basically copying what we've done above. It's practically the same setup. We give it the name, the IDP URL. This is all copy and paste, entity user. Then we will paste the certificate. We put here again the username attribute, which is name, email attribute, email address. Here, anything to let us move forward in redirect. The orphan enters configuration of the two sections. They are independent sections. Click on continue, and it's done. We have integrated CSe with SAML. Now let's take the application and register again with Sonic Spain Network. It's my code, and we see it redirects me to the login screen, no? And it logs me in automatically. We close the app and go to the home screen, and there it is. When it refreshes, my name appears. The one in blue is the display name, and we see that the accesses are the same as at any other time. I haven't changed any policies. Let's do the same from the browser add-on. It asks us to confirm the account. We will select the corporate dedicated option. And now this device is also registered with this new user. And once again, we have access to the same resources we saw in other videos, which you can find in the playlist. We can open any of the URLs. Here, if we navigate to the directory, we see that the user belongs to another account. And we can see the two devices that have just been registered with this user. That's all for today. I hope it has been useful as always. And thank you very much.